All right. My bad. I I'm sorry. I've been kind of out of it. I'm really out of it actually. I mean, shoot. Have I mean, that major surgery I got is scheduled for tomorrow morning. So I'm a little out of it. So sorry about the sound, polar bear. I didn't even notice it. I normally would test everything, but I didn't test everything because I was just, as I said, I'm like so out of it. But first off, I want to go ahead and thank my boy Joey, Joey Streams, for donating the new chair and everything. The sucker is comfortable as hell, man. Um, and of course, my guest chair, which I already had. Um, Basically, for people, and the thing that's behind me is it's a shiatsu back massager. Fucking love it. Love this thing. Hey, what's up, Polar Bear? I had Joey when he came over to help, like, move stuff around and help set things up, with me and everything. There's still shit everywhere, but I don't really care. I mean, you don't see it on camera. Um, but there's still stuff everywhere. All right, Deadpool. Deadpool want to be a Joker. Um, yeah, I still have junk everywhere, but I don't really care. I have surgery tomorrow, and that's pretty much the only thing that is on my mind right now. My license to carry finally showed up. Yay! Right before a fucking major surgery. I've only been fighting with these assholes for 3 years. And my friends, who are weapons dealers, things like that, legal, other license carry, people, our lawyer for our Second Amendment rights, all of us, everybody was telling me that it's bullshit because I kept telling them all the crap that the state was trying to do to prevent me from getting my license. And everybody was telling me it's like, nah. Something tells me it's a bunch of fucking liberals that happen to be in the office, for the Department of Public Safety. It's like, I bet you anything, there's a bunch of fucking liberals in there who are doing anything, trying to find any little tiny excuse to prevent us from getting our fucking license to carry. And yeah, it was. There was a mistake on my paperwork. I told them it was a mistake like 3 fucking years ago. And even though I paid for everything, they didn't refund my money or nothing. They kept saying, well, we need verification of this and just all of these fucking, little tricks they kept trying to pull. So this time I was like, I stayed on their ass. I stayed on them. And I was like, motherfuckers, you need to give me my goddamn license. I said, or I will be filing a lawsuit because you're violating my constitutional rights. I was like, I don't give a shit what your personal beliefs are. Is there anything wrong with my actual history, paperwork, background check, any of that shit? And they were like, well, no, there's no fucking but. I let them get away with a but 3 years ago. This time I was like, no, motherfuckers, give me my goddamn LTC or we're going to have a problem. So it finally fucking shows up. Telling you, man, we're letting too many of these fucking liberals in Texas. We got to get these Californians and shit. Got to get them out of here. I'm not from Texas, but I've been here since 93 and I've been here longer than my home, which is, Virginia, on the East Coast and everything along the beach. Ocean View, baby, OV. So I'm glad I got here. I'm glad I'm fucking here. Because at least Texas is still a bastion of the Constitution. Apparently these motherfuckers, back home in Virginia have forgotten that they were one of the original 13 colonies that got away from government rule. It's the reason why we had a revolution. So I think we actually need another one. We need a new revolution. Government oversight has just gotten, as I said, you got these fucking liberals in the offices here in Texas trying to find any fucking loophole to just overwrite shit. Anyway, went on my little tangent. Sorry. But hey, what's going on, B? Let's go ahead and get into this because I've been saying this for a while. One of my videos got flagged because only the CDC is allowed, CDC and Fauci and the World Health Organization are allowed to give their opinion on facts. I thought information and facts were available to all of us as American citizens. The Freedom of Information Act. I thought, and all the stuff I talked about was from a point and a perspective of the truth. Not my truth, but truth of my doctors and 2 infectious diseases doctor. One I had seen before she retired since 2013, long before there ever was a COVID-19. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. I've been dealing with literally meningitis, the flu, pneumonia, all of these things that have almost killed me long before fucking COVID came along. Well, 19 anyway, because we know COVID's been around for a long time. So them trying to say that I'm spreading false information and my video got flagged. It's like, I'm talking from a perspective of facts, bitch. And here's my thing when they flag you. As Angry Cop said in one of his videos, one of the other videos I made, what part? Why don't you tell me what part I'm actually lying or giving false information? And it's like, no, they don't do that. They just send you a copy of the guidelines and hope you figure it out. Bullshit, it's corruption. It's fucking corruption. If you can't tell me what my offense is, then you're lying your ass off. It's any time that the cops pull you over and when they threaten to arrest you. As a matter of fact, me and B watched a video about this last night or early this morning where it was a biker who was wearing a cut, don't know what crew he belongs to or anything like that, and the cops came and harassed him on his property and kept threatening to arrest him if he didn't identify himself. You don't need to identify yourself unless you're actually being basically accused and arrested of a crime. So he called one of his boys in his crew, and even though they were on the speakerphone going, what crime is he being arrested for? What crime has he committed? And they kept going, failure to identify. That's not a crime. You need a crime in order to identify. Failure to identify is not a crime. Y'all know me. I love my boys and girls in blue. Y'all know that. Can't stand those rare ones that are just absolutely corrupt. And here's the thing. There were multiple officers right there. They knew. They knew that they were doing this. This was a setup. But here's my point. If it was a setup, you didn't think to do better? I mean, obviously, if this was a setup, it was planned, meaning that it was already planned. And if it's pre-planned, how could y'all be so fucking stupid? These are the cops. These are the officers. And the biker said it. He said, I love and respect my boys and girls in blue. That I respect and love cops. It's cops like you that is the divide between the people and law enforcement. And he was right. You're telling me that, obviously this was pre-planned. So the higher ups already knew this was going to happen. What is it? Gomer Pyle is their fucking death sergeant. It's seriously, it's like, is it like a total dumbass that's in charge of Garland, of the police department in Garland, Texas, mind you? This is the reason why not only is there a divide, but the reason why there are cops that are getting hurt, harmed, killed, shootings, all of this shit that's going on because of cops like this. And I've been saying this for a while now. You good cops need to get rid of those. You have to. You've got to get rid of those cops. They're the reason why you're being assaulted and disrespected and spit on and Molotov cocktails and rocks thrown at you. Those cops are the reason. Anyway, still getting off subject. Let's go ahead and get into this. Young Rippa speaking on David Hodge, whatever piece of fucking shit. Did this motherfucker even graduate high school? Has he graduated? I mean, what the hell is going on, with this? How is he he's being political by saying what everybody wants to hear? I still have people that keep trying to tell me to run for political office here in El Paso. I don't know if I really want to do that. I keep telling them, y'all really don't want me to do that. And they're like, yes, we do. And I'm going, no, because if y'all thought Donald Trump was bad, and here's the thing, you got Chad Prather, who's running for governor. You've got Graham Allen, who's running for what, Senate? I know for a fact the motherfuckers say the same shit I say. So maybe I should run for political office, actually, now that I think about it. They say the same thing I say, but a much nicer way. Well, Chad Prather is definitely saying it in a much nicer way. Graham Allen, it's a little bit of a nicer way than I do. But they're still both very, very blunt. And I support them. I find it funny that the governor just signed some other fucking thing recently. And I was like, well, where's the constitutional carry thing? Where's that? Already passed through the Texas House and Senate. Governor Abbott, come on, sign the fucking constitutional carry. Hurry up. Get that shit over with. I mean, I've got my LTC. It showed up. My license carry just fucking showed up. So at least that's already done. But I shouldn't even have to have a license to carry. This is America. And as a meme I posted on my Facebook today, we Second Amendment real Americans, there are so many guns and so much ammo. China knew about it. Japan knew about it in World War II. Fucking Democrats talk about it being a problem all the fucking time. If we were the problem, if we were the violence, if we were the shit that is the problem in the United States with as much guns and ammo that we have, if we were the problem, you would know it. It wouldn't be one little random shooting here or one little incident over here. No, if we were the actual problem, trust me, you would know. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get into this. Not keep the video rolling. I'm out of it. I really am out of it. I mean, as I said, I have this major fucking surgery tomorrow and it's freaking me out. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this.
CDC, they went and told you guys that if you got the jab, you can now go do normal things again. You don't have to wear a mask or socially distance or anything. And now, don't get me wrong, making it clear, doesn't matter what they said at all. Do what you will. And I've been advocating that you be able to do what you will. It doesn't matter if you got the jab or not. But some people, unfortunately, cling to everything it is that the government says. Everything. So it isn't until their agents say that it's okay when it's actually okay. It's almost as if the virus itself is being operated by way of government and government officials and public health experts, as they call it.
Well, it's almost like this virus has a mind of its own. It's almost like the virus is being controlled. No, it's not the virus that's being controlled. It's the narrative. It's the control that's being controlled. They are doing everything they can to control this narrative. about what the virus does. I mean, I find it funny. I mean, they've already known about COVID strains for a long time. So the foundation or the base of what this virus is or does should already be known. Now, I mean, as I said, the foundation. Now, what floors you build on top of that, and what the stuff that you shouldn't know, or don't know, or whatever, back in 2020, I'll give you that. But the foundation, you should already know. The first floor, you should already know this information. So it's funny how they kept changing and changing and changing. And I love how my friend denied Fauci ever said that masks are irrelevant. That don't even worry about them. They're just, don't even fucking worry about it. She was like, and I sent her the video, and her response was, I just don't want to talk about it. If we're going to continue, I may have to question our friendship. So you don't want to hear the truth. For one, you said he never said it. I sent you the video of him actually saying it, and you were just like, la, 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 la. People like you scare the fuck out of me. Especially because she's a very intelligent person. Very intelligent. Just weak-willed? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what the problem is there. But anyway, let's keep going.
Because apparently they can control it. So if they say, hey, you guys can go outside, the virus says, whoa, we can't infect people, or we can't do whatever. So this is the point that I was making in previous segments, that if it was okay now, then it was okay a while ago. So that's all I'm saying.
Yep. If it's okay now, it was okay then. And for all you people that kept saying we're conspiracy theorists or anti-vaxxers or COVID deniers, nobody was denying. None of us were denying that COVID was real. What I was denying was trusting these motherfuckers. Because one of my friends was like, well, I got the poke and I know what's in it. What do you mean you know what's in it? How the fuck do you know what's in it? Because they told you? Because of what's posted on their information? That's what you're reading? Hello, they were supposed to release the information about JFK. They haven't fucking done that. Even though there's the Freedom of Information Act, they still haven't fucking done it. There's a lot of shit that 50 years has passed and the government's still going, you're not ready for the truth. But you're trusting them. I thought none of us trusted the government, especially those of us who worked in government. We don't trust the government. Yet somehow or another, y'all went from 2018, 2019, fuck the government, we don't trust the government, to all of a sudden in 2020, we got to trust what the government says. Whatever they say, but and the whole trust the science. Really? Trust the science. Science said smoking was good. Science said asbestos was okay. Science said, and it's like, are you serious? Trust the science. Well, the science said we can take the mask off. Science, and they've already said, and this is what's gotten me, is that people are going, well, they said only if you've gotten the poke. Whoa, wait a minute, because no, you fuckers have also forgotten they said something else. The other part that they said was, if you've already had the virus and gotten through it, like, me, you're actually better off than the people who just got the poke. CDC also said that too. So if I'm better off because I've survived it, why do I even need the poke then? This is based on CDC's science. So then why the fuck do I need it? Why do I need the stupid poke? If you're saying trust the science, right? Well, the science backs up what we've been saying the whole fucking time. Let's keep going.
But they got conditioned, and you had weirdos such as David Hall and most folks, not most folks, let's be fair here, a lot of people that are around his age who had this to say. He said, I feel the need to continue wearing my mask outside, even though I'm fully vaccinated, because the inconvenience of having to wear a mask is more than worth it to have people think I'm a conservative.
Well, there's your science right there, fuckers. I'm going to still wear my mask because I don't want people thinking I'm a conservative. But you said yourself, you got the poke. Well, if you got the pokey, why are you still wearing a fucking mask? What do you care what someone else thinks? For one, again, Fauci said the masks don't work. I noticed something because I was thinking about it before doing this video. Y'all notice when they mentioned about wearing 2 and 3 masks coincides with when Texas, Florida, and other states started getting real fidgety about like what the fuck is going on? Why is this taking so long? Our numbers are going down, or we never really had high numbers like Oklahoma. We never really had high numbers in the first place. Oh, well, no, y'all claimed there were numbers. But see, people started asking questions like I've been the whole time. Where are the deaths? Y'all keep saying there are deaths. I mean, everywhere I go around Texas, everywhere, especially here around El Paso, but everywhere I go in goddamn Texas and New Mexico, there's a fucking memorial. Everywhere. There's a memorial. I've said this in my videos numerous times. There's a memorial at fucking Walmart where the shooting happened. There's a freaking memorial there. Where are the memorials for the COVID? Where are they? I'm really asking this question. I've been asking it for a while. Where are the memorials? If there were this many deaths for this reason, and this was the greatest, grandest, most powerful disease that hit mankind ever, where are the memorials? Where are the deaths? Where are the names? People, as I said before, people brought up, well, because, people are protecting the names. Really? Because they, around El Paso alone, and all my people who are in El Paso know this, there's rest in peace, blah, 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 on the back of like, how many goddamn cars and trucks in El Paso? So obviously they didn't care about the names then. There are names on a lot of these memorials. So where are the names? Where are the deaths? Where are the bodies? I've been asking that question. Nobody could say anything. Nobody's answered. Not once has anyone answered. And I already know I got people who are doing, well, I know someone who died. I do too. My neighbor right across the street. One of the greatest men I've ever fucking known. Military vet, Navy vet, fucking great man. He died from COVID complications, but his own family even said it was also by his own hand because he had already been smoking a lot and, his past caught up with him. Sorry. Somebody was playing with something she shouldn't be playing with over there. Anyway. Yeah. I have been saying this for a while. Where are the bodies? There are no bodies. Oh, I know. We know. We're going to try and get rid of that shit. It's the reason why, Chad Prather, Graham Allen, and, Irene Amendatis Jackson. We're trying our best to get rid of these fucking liberals and shit out of goddamn Texas. What's funny though is Mexicans are extremely conservative, but they keep voting Democrat. That makes no goddamn sense. I travel even before this mask mandate was lifted. Most of the Mexicans I knew were like not even wearing their masks. They were pissed. And I'm like, but you're the ones that keep voting for these fucking idiots. And I find it funny. Again, where are the bodies? In a town that memorializes everything, especially with Mexicans when it deals with Dia de los Muertos, that deal with the Day of the Dead. Where are the bodies? Where are the names? These people are obsessed with death. Where are the bodies? Anyway, let's keep going.
Okay, so now hee ha ha, you can laugh at that, and it's like, oh, it's a joke and all that stuff. But all it does is solidify that for a lot of people, this had absolutely nothing to do with science. Nothing. And a lot of folks like myself had been saying that. This had nothing to do with that. It was about allegiance. It was about signaling. It was about control. A lot of folks had a lot to gain depending on where they were at on the mask or the vaccine. This had nothing to do with it.
No. It had everything to do with the political spectrum. It had to do with the political spectrum. That's what it had to do with. Again, they said trust the science, and then all of a sudden science went out the window when it didn't go with their narrative. But I got off topic because I said the cat was playing with something she shouldn't have been playing with. I find it that when states started getting fidgety about the mandate and everything, and we're like Oklahoma and everybody else, that, that they were like literally just like, fuck you guys, we're about to reopen. All of a sudden, that's when it came out that, oh my God, the numbers just mysteriously skyrocketed. Just skyrocketed out of the blue. And that's when the report came out when they said, oh my God, you should wear 2 and even 3 masks. You noticed how that came along when the states just started, before lifting like Texas, Florida, and everything. But as just the states were getting fidgety, like, okay, something just doesn't seem right here. When that started happening, that's when they all of a sudden, out of the blue, let's wear 2 and 3 fucking masks. The states were like, are you fucking serious? Because here in El Paso, it was like, are you fucking serious? I thought the numbers were going down. Like, then all of a sudden, mysteriously, the numbers just rocketed back up all of a sudden. And then we proved y'all wrong. I made a video about it. All you dumbass motherfuckers, Texas, Florida, all of us that opened up. Oh my God, it's going to be a fucking, oh my God, the zombie apocalypse is coming. Never happened. Never happened. That's the reason why y'all didn't want us to open up. Because you knew this was going to do what a virus does, which is do what it does and then burns the fuck out. But whatever.
It had nothing to do with any of it. It was just, what could they gain? Some of it was signaling, so it was popularity. I think the Faucis of the world, I think that's exactly what it was for them. Because they were basking in the fact that they're on the front cover of magazines and stuff, and they become a household name overnight. And the minute everybody goes about their business, Fauci gets forgot about. So I think guys like him want to kick the can down the road. But here we are. Now, the hilarious thing about it is that he is saying what I thought a lot of people, they look. When folks say that you cover your face or you're putting a diaper on your face, and it's more so akin to social pressure, because that's ultimately what it has been for a lot of folks. I mean, if you wanted to stress test it, you could. If you were in a group setting And me and Cheryl Gonzalez was talking about this like not very, but earlier on in this pandemic. You know, you go somewhere, you got one person like doesn't have a mask, and then if two people end up not wearing a mask, you get people that are around them that start to kind of change on what it is that their approach is to it. Because again, it was never about science. Them covering the face had nothing to do with, okay, I'm trying to slow the spread or stop the spreading of this. No, that was the reasoning that they claimed, so it legitimized the virtue signaling, or it legitimized them just covering up their face. So you had people covering up their face. They didn't care. Someone required them to do it. It was a good signal. It was they didn't want to have to deal with the trouble. All these sorts of reasons as to people covering it. Again, nothing to do with science. Nothing to do with science. And this is just nothing but another example. And I saw many this in this context of people saying they would continue to wear it because they didn't want to be confused as anti-vaxxers, which we're all anti-vaxxers now, by the way.
But here's my thing. See, we went to Old Messiah yesterday. And me and my friends, we took our masks off. As a matter of fact, the restaurant, which is famous restaurant, incredible food, La Posta, they literally have it posted right there. Right there. Wear your mask or not. Well, actually it says if you've gotten the poke, you're allowed to take off your mask. But again, CDC also said that if you've already had it and survived, you don't even need the fucking poke. CDC already said that. So then why the fuck is everybody still pushing about getting the goddamn poke? But I'm sorry, as an American citizen, I took my fucking mask off. I'm like, fuck y'all. You're going to tell me I don't need to wear it? Well, then I'm going to take the goddamn thing off. Because you don't own me. You don't fucking own me. I'm not a goddamn slave. Last time I fucking checked, slavery ended over 200 years ago. Somewhere around there. Whatever. So I could give a shit less about what you think. Because I am following the science. I was waiting for somebody to turn around and say, well, did you get the poke? And I would have turned around and said, and how is that any of your business? Are you part of my emergency contact? Are you a part of my contact information for HIPAA? Are you? Then get the fuck out of my face. But then again, as I said, I'm fucking 6'1", over 280. None of these little ass motherfuckers are going to actually say anything. Oh yeah, people looked. But again, because the question, this is what's happening in our goddamn country. Is people looking. Or are we sure? Are we sure they got it? Well, no, motherfucker, I didn't, and I don't care. I was wearing one of my fucking Second Amendment shirts. That's another thing that is, fucking say something. We have lost our way, America. We've lost our way. And we need to get back to real Americans. These liberals, you fucking communists and shit, you want to be commies? Go somewhere else that actually has communist ways of thinking. Cuba, Russia, China. Go to one of those places that already have fucking communism. Because we don't need that shit here. We're not the greatest country just because. We're the greatest country because of the things that we have in place. But if communism is so great, go to one of those countries that already have it. Bye.
But they didn't want to be confused for anti-vaxxers, or they didn't want to be confused for someone that was on a different side of the political aisle. Because again, this kind of ended up crossing political lines where you had one usually was leftists that were more in favor of mask mandates and what have you, and people that weren't.
It had nothing to do with being in favor of it. It had to do with the fact that these motherfuckers are scared. They're sheep. They're bad. That's all they are. They're fucking sheep. They're sheep who want to live in fear of what? Well, the government, I thought, again, especially liberals. I could have sworn liberals were Definitely not for the government. So why would liberals give a fuck what the government says?
Weren't on that side. Not to say though this was exclusive, but people that weren't on their side were generally ones that would be more critical of that idea. So now you got guys like this saying, well, I want to keep wearing it because I don't want people to think that I'm the other, like.
Well, you know, also Neil deGrasse Tyson's getting raked across the coals also. Trust the science. All you motherfuckers need to, like, trust the science. Well, and that's when everybody started posting. Science said smoking was good. Science said that asbestos was okay. Science said, you know, it's like science said arsenic was good. What? So where's what? Well, we know better now. Do we? Do we know better now? Because science says a lot of these drugs are safe. As a matter of fact, what about all the deaths from Johnson & Johnson? Huh? What about all those deaths? What about the people who have been affected and everything else from Pfizer and, you know, whatever the other fucking whatever, Moderna, whatever? What about all those? People who have lost their hearing, what about all those? Side effects. Where's the science? How do we trust the science when y'all haven't even done the, 7 to 15 years of testing? We haven't even done 1 year of testing. I thought there was regulations for this stuff. And the regulations state it needs to be tested. Hello, that's the reason why when you see all of these, you know, it may cause blah, 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 blah. All of the side, you know, but there's none of that. As a matter of fact, they're trying to hide what most of the, every time there's a side effect shit that comes out, Facebook, YouTube try to ban the people. Or finally, when the story does get released, all of a sudden there's a cover-up over, okay, well, it's just that person, or it's just 1,000 people. They're trying to basically spin it. But I thought we were supposed to trust the science. Fine, let me go ahead and finish this.
It's all fun and games until you just realize how many people's lives got ruined over the past year and some change.
Small businesses.
That's what, it's funny up until then. Until you think about that, it's funny. It's funny until then. So whether it applies to the David Hoggs of the world or any political pundit that calls themselves talking about something, or government officials who just switch. Again, the science itself of what the virus is going to do, let's be clear here. What the virus is going to do is what it was always going to do. So just because they said that it is now okay, does not mean that the virus itself is reacting based upon what the CDC said. You have to look at it in context.
Yep.
If it's okay now, it was okay before, at least at minimum, when y'all were getting a jab, but that's not what they said. Instead, they said you have to keep doing all these things. It needs to have these strenuous lockdowns. And we already know that.
I mean, yeah, you know, it's funny. People have been getting the poke for a few months now. Why did they just release this information now? As he said, if it's true now, it was true then.
That got blew up a long time ago. This is why so many people didn't want Texas to reopen, which again, y'all understand that all of those political pundits, they were wrong. They were objectively wrong about it. Well, then why would Texas do this? You got even Governor Gavin dipshit over in California saying it's reckless. Now what?
Now what, fucker?
And
because the truth came out. That's the reason why y'all didn't want us to reopen. Fuck, I said this months ago. They were like, oh shit, you know, if they reopen, that means the truth is gonna come out. We're not gonna be able to hide the numbers. Again, that's the reason why, no, y'all need to wear 2 or 3 masks. All of a sudden came out of nowhere. Because you knew, if they reopen, we're not gonna be able to hide the truth anymore. That's the reason why they rushed the vaccine as quickly as they did. Think about it. God damn it, people, use your fucking brains. That's the reason why they rushed the vaccine. Shit, we could say that, did I say this months ago? I said this specific, I love being right. love being right. I said this months ago that they're going to try, and with all the states, all these states literally saying, fuck y'all, we're going to reopen. I said, I guarantee you anything, they're going to try to do everything they can even faster to get the fucking vaccine out, which of course, that screwed up because of the deaths with Johnson & Johnson and everything. That fucked them up. So they had to reset. So they were behind Texas and everybody who had already been reopening. So that's the reason why they tried to rush the vaccine, so they could try and lie, and they're going to. In another month or so, they're going to lie, and they're going to say that's the reason why the numbers went down was because of the vaccine. But the numbers were already going down before the vaccine was fully rolled out. Funny how they said there wasn't enough vaccine, and then when Texas and everybody started reopening, within those first 2 weeks of Texas and other states reopening, all of a sudden, it's more than 51% people have been vaccinated. I thought you said that it was like way less than that just a few weeks ago. So how in the hell did you get a few more, like, million people in that fast? How? I've watched the lines of the fucking giving the vaccine shit. They didn't move that goddamn fast. No, they lied. These motherfuckers have lied. All of a sudden, a random report just comes out saying that that was over 51% that have been vaccinated all of a sudden, out of the blue, out of nowhere. It's a bunch of fucking lies, man. It's a bunch of fucking lies. Seriously, what? It's not look at the numbers. How about you just watch what the fuck I've been saying? YoungRippa's been saying. Everybody's been saying this. Something doesn't add up. This shit doesn't add up. But y'all, we're waiting on Fauci to say it's okay. Funny, I thought y'all said trust the science. CDC themselves said these things. And here y'all are going, well, until Fauci says it's okay, then we'll say it's okay. Y'all are, I'm telling you, there needs to be a revolution. There needs to be, because this has gone on long enough.
We're supposed to just sit here and act like that never happened. The fear-mongering never happened. It shows that in itself, the Texas of the world, the Floridas of the world, they proved to the contrary of all that crap that they have been talking about when it pertained to lockdowns and mask mandates.
We proved y'all wrong. New York, Virginia, where I'm from, we proved all in California, we proved you wrong. Gavin said, oh my God, the zombie apocalypse is coming because they're reopening. Numbers went down, not up, down. Deaths went down. I just saw a report just today that I just posted that there hasn't been, one COVID death? Let me look. Let me check before I fucking check. Come on. Make sure. I want to make sure I don't get it wrong. Come on. I want to make sure I don't get it wrong. Oh, good Lord. Oh, I'm loving that. Black Trump supporter confronts Biden, on the what's the fuck is going on and shit. Texas reports 0 COVID deaths 2 months after Biden called its reopening plan Neanderthal thinking. So 2 months. 2 months after Biden and everybody was like, oh my God, y'all are going to cause the apocalypse. 0 COVID deaths. That's the reason why y'all were trying to rush the vaccine, for one. And that was the reason why you were also doing everything you could to prevent us from reopening, because you knew the truth would come out. You knew. if they reopen, what did CNN say? If they reopen, there's going to be no incentive to get the vaccine. No, bitch. There was not a point of an incentive. There was no point of getting the vaccine at all. None. CDC said having COVID and surviving it was actually better than getting the poke. So those of us who have already had it, we're actually better off, healthier even, stronger immune system even. Fuck your vaccine.
Wrong. And they were always wrong. Again, it doesn't change. Just because they're now saying it's okay does not mean that it wasn't okay before. Because again, that you would, in order for you to have that position, you would have to say that the virus acts upon what they say. The public act. That's not how it works. There's a response agency. The virus does whatever it's gonna do. So, like I said, it's all funny. Like, yeah, these guys are stupid, and they are. It's just funny to laugh at them until you think about the vast amounts of people who had their lives ruined over this past year, not because of the virus, because of the government's reaction to it. And the claim in which, if you were ever in criticism of anything it was they did, they said that you were a bad person and you were anti-science. This is why I will continue to say, you can call me whatever it is.
And again, see, he's saying it right. They said you were anti-science. It's hello, as I said, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Believe the science. Trust the science. You fuckers don't want to trust the science. Well, we are trusting the science. We've been trusting the science. We're not trusting you. There's difference. Big difference. We're not trusting you. We're trusting the science. Well, the science backs us up now. 0 COVID deaths in Texas for 2 months. There's one of our science right there. Second thing, science. CDC said, for one, if you got the fucking poke, you're fine. Also, better, if you've already survived COVID after having it, you're fine. Why all of a sudden David Hodge or Hogue or Hogg, whatever the fuck his name is, why aren't you trusting the science? Jesus Christ. Oh, liberals in 2020, you fuckers need to trust science like we do. Now 2021, same liberals, we're not going to trust the science like you are. Jesus, y'all are fucking dumber than dirt. Anyway, the link to Young Rippa, this video, there's still, another 2 minutes left in it. Another minute, really. Go ahead and follow him. Fucking love that man. Black man with intelligence. That's something they really fear, is those of us blacks with intelligence. He's not a conservative or a Republican by any means. He's more of a libertarian. But we're not going to fall for any one of your lies. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. See, I trust the science. I trust the science, not people telling me what the science is. Because I want to see the science myself. That's the reason why I get on people who go to church. Don't you know how to read? Yeah. So you can't read the Bible yourself? But what do you need the fucking pastor or the priest for? Well, because of their interpretation. Okay, why is it that this one Catholic priest is saying different than this Catholic priest? It's the same Bible for the most part. So why is this Presbyterian one saying different than this Methodist one? Same Bible, right? So it's just different people. Well, why can't you interpret it to how you feel? Your heart, your connection between you and God, your God. Why can't you trust your own heart and your own beliefs and your own interpretation? Why do you need this person to tell you? Well, it's the same here. Just give me the information. Let me read it for myself. Let me read it for myself. Don't tell me what it says. No. Don't hold it out here and go, well, the paper says this. No. Post the fucking paper and let me see for myself. That's the reason why, like YoungRippa and myself and others, were posting from the CDC. That's what's really funny about some of this. Stuff that was actually posted from the CDC's website. From their own website. People were getting banned by Facebook. Hello, it is literally a cut page, cut or screenshot, cut and pasted page from the CDC. I'm posting what they posted. Why am I getting my channel banned or banned for a while? I'm telling you, man, it's all about lies and control. But anyway. Anyway, let me get off of here. This video's gone on long enough, almost an hour. I know I gotta stop doing that shit. But y'all know me, I get on my rants because I'm sick of this bullshit. A revolution needs to happen because this is just way too damn dumb. Anyway, I will talk at y'all